Today, we are starting off with a sleeper map, which is something that I've not done in quite some time. So basically the premise of the sleepers is I spawn in a command center and turrets, they spawn in a command center and turrets, and we duke it out. So usually you're going to have some beamers up to prevent turrets from moving in, because usually they build closer to the enemy command centers and move in. And yeah, we'll just kind of roll along and see what this one offers us. Now, I am very, very, very tempted to try and drop over here, but judging by the proximity of the spores over here, I'm assuming that that is where the enemy command centers are dropping. Now, yep, I can't actually drop there. Okay, so we have to figure out something else to do. So let's go ahead and drop. I suppose we should probably do and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. So that way we have all 3 of our anti-creep mines covered. And also, we are going to want to tap into that amp gem and probably straight up build a forge off of the amp gem. That is 250, and we've got, oh dear lord, why? There we go. The forge is going to be 100 of that, so should be good. Should be absolutely fine. Let's drop our siphon down. Let's drop 1 collector for each one of these guys that's kind of getting ready to move over towards the other skiffs, and launch it up. So we're not actually getting any pulls in here, so I'm assuming it's going to spawn up a little bit later. So that's our siphon built. That's all of our stuff ready. We're going to just kind of spread across here like so, and then across here like so, which is going to be slightly off center, but whatever, who gives a crap. And then we're going to drop our forge down. The importance of the forge cannot be overstated, because if you do not maintain range upgrades on your opponent, they just scale through range upgrades over time, and it gets obnoxious, because if you're not able to hold them off, well, then you're screwed. Do you think an anti-creeper wall would be of use? You know, it seems like I've heard this somewhere before. I can't put my finger on it, but it seems like someone has made the suggestion over and over again from time immemorial, and I just can't decide what that is all about. Alright, we're going to do 2 here, then we're going to do this up to the top. Zip? I don't know. It was just an inkling that I had, you know? Alright, so we're going to drop you sons of guns in there, and then we're going to go up to the top edge and run a string all the way across, which is going to make all of our connections every which way, and allow us to gather approximately all of the energy that we possibly can. And probably 1 more collector over here, drop a couple of ore mines, and operate with the utmost of efficiencies. So, on the other side, we're at 23% built with no... oh dear. Does it wait until after I kill that to spawn in the enemy command centers? It's got to. Right? Amount forward interval 0.05, but they're not active yet. So is the map broken? We're going to get our forge up, and we're going to start filling this entire area with the anti of the creepies. And I am going to drop in a relay right here. Going to reach over here, which is going to reach over this way. And over this way, maybe, perhaps, possibly. There we go. Alright, I have no idea if this is actually going to work or not, but we are going to tap into these ore mines and then make a connection to this spot, which is going to jack up our stuff. Ah, there it is. Okay. So it was just a matter of time. 30 seconds in is when they spawn. Bloodkite, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription, man. Yes, I did see the Creeper World update vid where they are now doing decaying terrain, which is a really cool thing. Okay, looks like that is going to be a relay, so they're building all of their skiffs. I need to go ahead and drop in a group of sprayers. So these guys are going to man the front line and evenly distribute all of the creep that we possibly can. I'm going to destroy that one. And we are going to set all of these to always on, because I basically just want to make a gigantic pool that fills up this entire thing as quickly as possible. And then I'm going to drop in a group of reactors with the energy that I have left over. And I do want to have these properly spaced. So we're going to drop 3 and wait on the results. So top priority is going to be increased range and damage upgrades, because I have to be able to outdo everything else that is going on here. I can also go ahead and drop, let's get a couple of cannons in here. So I'm going to drop 2 cannons on this side along with a beamer, and the beamers, like I said before, are critically important because they're going to prevent airdrops from the enemy. And boy howdy, if this is like any other sleeper map that I have seen, they love their airdrops. Discord is broken? Not broken for me. Everything is running fine. Maybe something to do with servers somewhere? I honestly do not know. Do not know. Okay. Discord is broken for a lot of people, including you. Yeah, Discord is probably having issues. They do this occasionally. Alright. Hero, yes, I realize that this is a thing, but it is not really my preferred playstyle. Let's go. Hello. Are you here to... oh, you got the cat. Okay. Let's say, are you here to ambush me for things to put in my headphones? That does not sound very happy. I am upsetty at this spaghetti. It is a problem with the stupid turrets, because I built a beamer, and apparently it takes many of the beamers to stop one of the turrets, and that is super dumb. It will be fine, probably. Okay, so these guys are going to outrange my own turrets, and that is kind of a pain. So let's think about what we can do to counteract this, although a forward base might not have been the best of ideas. Just being realistic here. So we're sunk on anti-creep, we're maintaining on power, but not doing fantastically well on power. If I would have had 2 beamers up on the front, we could have actually made this happen and it would have been fine. But obviously that was not the case. So now we have to do stupid stuff. Like, oh my goodness. How am I supposed to compete with that? Firing range increase is obviously going to help because it gives me more time to burn. But now we've got the mortars in place over on that side. Dear Lord. I am sorry that I have contaminated your ideas of what is normal, guys. I am terribly, terribly sorry. Okay, so we may end up having to backtrack here and establish a more easily defendable perimeter, but first I am going to drop in another 4 reactors, because reactors are love and reactors are life, and eco-hoarding is everything that matters. I also really would prefer to maintain control of this, because it would be lovely to actually have... Let me build 4 of you. It would be lovely to actually have this maintained, but obviously that is not meant to be. And good Lord Almighty, that is starting to get in ridiculous territory. Okay, so terpages are a good solution in most cases. I am not sure that this is one of those cases, but we could go the terps route. We could go the Eternal Power Stall into Oblivion route, or I could restart it using the knowledge that I have now and set up a more easily defensible perimeter that more adequately protects me from an advancing line, because good gravy, that's a lot of turrets. I think I'm going to go with the latter option. We're going to cash in our early restart. And I am going to build an adequate amount of defenses with an adequate amount of beamers, because holy cow, I didn't realize that it would be that freaking bad. And we'll move on from there. So let me build. Oop, hold on. I think that we might have had it right the first time around. I'm going to instead, though, go for droppages that are on the outside edge. And we're going to build our collector grid out first. So let's go up on the front with each one of you, and then we'll move up to the siphon after that. So I'm going to do that, and that, and that, I suppose? Yeah, we'll rock that. Okay, siphons. Siphon down. Ore mines, not quite yet, because we got 30 seconds in which to build the things before anything horrible happens. Let's go ahead and drop our collector grid in, and then we're going to drop our other collector grid in, along with our other collector grid. Fantastic. I think that we do that and leave the other for later. Okay. I do love getting a good grid laid out, because it just makes life so much easier later on. So very much easier. Although we're not going to be able to take full advantage of all of these things, and that is mildly depressing. I'm going to go ahead and drop you there, because that will leave me free to exploit the other areas. And I believe that we can get a solid row across the front of turrets with that build. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in our anti-creep mines, and then possibly even some terpages. I don't know. Of primary importance, though, is that forge, so we can gain that range increase as quickly as possible. Hero, I'm glad that you think that this is a necessary thing. All right, so that's going to be our grid complete. We are plus 10 energy, which is phenomenal for this stage in the game. Love getting that network together. It does you so much good. We're going to drop in 3 reactors, which is going to put us... let's dip into these. Go ahead and dip in. All right, we'll pull those. And then we need to start getting beamers across the front line ASAP, so that we do not get bombarded without any protections. Although I think I'm going to wait until some, at least, of our reactors complete to do that. So we're going to drop sprayers in. It's going to be here, here, and here, which will of course be set to always on, because those are going to be our only defenses. So we're going to set those to spew anti-creep forth into the world. We're plus 16 energy right now, which is absolutely phenomenal. I am going to put in a very large grouping. That might be too large. Is this too large? I don't know that too large is possible when it comes to a thing like anti-creep. I'm going to build those, and we'll charge them, and then I'll go down the other side, and we'll see how I can get that set up. They're not building turrets yet, so we might be okay for a little while. Yeah, the AI definitely cheats. You should build strafers as well. Strafers might be a very good thing indeed. That is an interesting call. All right, we're gonna let these get charged up, and then I'm going to build across the other side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Please don't quote me on that. I might be slightly embarrassed. Well, that's disappointing. We're gonna have to double up on our stuff here, because it looks like it's gonna take like a minimum of 3 to actually do anything useful. And we are going to want the range upgrade, like I said, as quickly as we can possibly get it, because that is going to be critical to our success or lack thereof. All right, couple more of those. Looks like you are getting ready to go into battle. And here they come. All right, so they are going to stack on their own shore, which is good for me because it lets me buy some time. Lets me get a few more reactors in and not worry so much about the range upgrade. I'm gonna go energy efficiency. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That absolutely, positively did not happen. What you just saw. Pay no mind to the man in the corner. Let's go. Anti-creep pillars that make the wall get to insane height. It'll start to leak out. Okay. My general strategy with this is to just build up enough anti-creep in the bottom that it buys me a bunch of time while I'm building up my energy reserves. So that's where we're at right now. Oh yeah, that'll put us in the negatory, and that is going to be lovely. So strafers are a nice thought. I do know that they will be hit by incoming, or not incoming, they will be hit by the beamers. The beamers are effectively anti-air towers when they're employed by the creep. So it is something that I am going to have to be a little cognizant of, that if I deploy strafers in range of these, if I don't kill these first, then we are going to have some rather significant issues. But I think before I do anything else, we're going to go ahead and draw reactors through the other side. Okay, so that's going to be here. Once we get our energy completed, and bing, bada boom, it looks like we are set. 15 in storage, so we'll drop again. Oh, and it is actually able to attack the anti-creep. That's something I didn't realize was possible. I'm going to have to take that into account. I will definitely need additional mortars on my side to prevent this from happening. Looks like my towers are higher in range than his mortars, so he will not be able to creep me, especially once I get the increased range. That is going to be glorious. Okay, reactor down. That is going to bring us up well over 30 income, which I think is a good spot to start building some offensive units. And speaking of, we do not have Berthas, so we're going to have to solve this entire problem Berthaless. That means that I should do this. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to go ahead and destroy these because they are improperly spaced. So if I build... Okay, so there's not enough space in between those for 2. That makes sense. Yes! Minus 18! Here comes the power stall. Mortar suicide bombers? That does sound like a reasonable plan. We'll wait and see how this plays out. I'm gonna pick up the range upgrade, and then... Oh, dear lord. You really... Okay, you're not in range. You're not in range. You're just a little too close for comfort, I would say. Okay, Forge. We're gonna pick up that firing range upgrade, which is going to result in our first elimination. Hallelujah. Okay, so we now have a good space to play with there. Let's build our turpages up. We're gonna go, I think probably 2 over on this side. And then, like, 2s all the way across. At least part of the way. I don't have to be as careful about my placements on these because we are going to be moving them again later on, so I'm not super duper paranoid. And we're at 25 utilization, so let's go ahead and start bringing some weaponry online. Strafers are being called out quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and drop, let's do like, I don't know, maybe 6 of them and see how effective they are versus some of this stuff out here. Set the mortar suicide bombers to target Digitalis and it'll blast away the turrets as long as the mortars live long enough. That is a viable option, yes. Good Lord Almighty. It looks like we're going to have to do an advancing wave of beamers in front of mortars. And that is going to be a royal pain in my buttocks. Let's pick up the other... Let's pick up the fire rate upgrade, and then we'll pick up... No, we should pick up energy efficiency first. And then we'll pick up firing rate. Because the energy efficiency right now is killing us due to my overly ambitious building projects. Also, I have just noticed that we are about to have a drastic problem with creep that is getting up a little close for comfort. I do not appreciate. That is at a total of 5.5, and we're at 8 height. So maybe the terrain height isn't as bad as I thought it was. All right, this is at a 7, I think, not an 8. Gonna confirm 7. It is a 7. Let's just go ahead and advance with our little wall. Now, I do know from the map description that we only have to kill 1 command center in order to win the game. So we are going to advance like so. Hope that we can hold out on the other fronts, which is going to require obviously a small investment into cannons and also a few mortars because that's a thing that has to happen. So I'm going to drop mortars in across this side to fire upon our inevitable foe. We've got the anti-creep as well ticking away. And I'm going to move all of my terps over to this side so we can terp this up as quickly as we possibly can. I'm also going to rock some turrets and possibly even some mortars if I have a space in the budget, but I don't think I do. I'll have to get some severely roughened buttocks in order to evade this. We could use roughening the buttocks as a slang term for doing lots and lots of exercises that strengthen these core muscle groups, you know? Yeah, it's totally a thing that's reasonable. I think these might be a little too close for comfort, so I'm going to back those up. Mortars, as far as those go, we are still just a hair out of range. But hallelujah, we've got another firing range upgrade. So that is going to bump us up. Take a look. Ooh, we can get up high with that. Although we may have to deal with this little guy here, which is going to cause us some serious problems. How much damage are you going to do? That is the question. The answer is a significant amount, but not a significant enough amount. So that's going to drop in just fine and dandy. I'm going to get a relay up on the front, and there's, oh dear. Oh dearly, dearly dear. Run, little turrets! Run! You gotta catch this while you can. Zoom. Alright, we're good now. Yeah, that's all we needed. Okay, so we can reclaim our territory with the relay. Drop that in to make the fast connections. And then we need to get a couple of mortars online that will be able to press forward a little bit more effectively than some of our turrets might be able to. Also, bear in mind that the anti-creep on the ground is going to be a huge deal because when these start firing, they spread creeper as they fire. So the more able you are to deny that by having anti-creeper on the ground, the more healthy your turrets are going to be, the less energy you waste on rebuilding things, yada yada yada. All that good stuff. So, let's go ahead and drop in a couple more beamers, because I feel like we are slightly exposed. Also, it looks like we're still not in range of the turrets, so that is fantastic. We are, however, 13 energy in the hole. So I'm going to pick up a fire rate and then an ore efficiency, because we're consistently using everything that we've got, and I will spend the next one on an increase in energy efficiency. Okay, so we've beaten all these back. Let's go ahead and move our group of mortars up to the front. This is going to harass everything in sight in the best way possible, I assure you. And we'll get a relay in there to power the entire thing. Is power stalling and goes for faster fire rate? I mean, I won't be power stalling forever. I would think this is self-explanatory. Alright, so we got that in, we got our mortars down, that is going to eliminate everything. And because of the terraforming that we're doing, it means that the enemy turrets cannot fire on us. So we'll be able to destroy them from above in a fit of passion, and then start placing our other stuff. This is working well in... Okay, turret up to the front, get our turpages in range, maybe move some of these over for slightly more optimal placement. Probably do not need that many mortars, but you never know. Move you over and get you, yes, on another energy efficiency. Might go for move speed later, because move speed is almost as important as build speed in these particular kinds of instances. Drop our mortars over just a hair. Terp over just a little, which will give us room for, you guessed it, another turn. Okay, so now we're moving up steadily, surely, definitely not shakily. And we just have to wait for the terps to work. So maybe another fire rate upgrade? I think the fire rate, does the build speed upgrade the terps, or does the fire rate upgrade the terps? I'm not sure. What is Enragement Child? What is that name? Is that the person on Call of Duty who yells at you over Xbox Live and enrages you consistently? I think that this is going marvelously. Let's dig that move speed. Build speed is to build the terp, fire rate is to make the terp work faster. Okay. Seems reasonable enough to me. Drop you up here, then we're gonna move in with a group of turrets, not to be confused with turrets, because one of them spits bullets. And let's go ahead and move up here. Okay. I am going to get... That is a frustrating thing. So I've got a single little hole here that is preventing me from doing anything useful with that piece of territory, and that is mildly infuriating. Okay, you're right. I do have the strafers that I am not putting to use. So let's go in and try to do a little thing with that. Now, I've got beamers over here. I probably want to strafe up this way maybe to eliminate the deeper puddles of the creepers. I'm not sure exactly how these trigger, whether it's firing in that line or whether it is... Ah! There we go. Okay. So you guys... Let's hit the other beamer. Oh dear lord. No! Okay. The command center has a beam weapon on it. Well, that's intimidating. Let's just keep doing the way that we're doing. I'm gonna move our mortars up a little here so that we're able to fire more consistently across this. And I think that we need to move a lot of terps up, because we are currently a bit under supported by the terp population. So I'm going to get a lot of those in reach. And that should set us up for success. Along with a relay getting plopped down right in the middle here. So that is a counter terp, which is apparently building Digitalis. Interesting. I did not know that this is a thing. Also, my bombers get completely destroyed, so I have to rebuild them instead of them rebuilding at the pad. That's a bit disappointing. There are no Berthas on this map. They are locked. I cannot build them. Because I guess that would probably make the game a little bit too easy, I would assume, is the logic behind that, even though Berthas should always be an option forever and for always. Because Berthas, man. Alright, there goes the mortars, which are going to instantly wipe the opposition on the front line. That is phenomenal. We're going to go ahead and line the front edge with a row of turrets. And not over there. Okay, good. Then we're going to drop you down. Then we're going to terraform once again terrain height 7 up into range. This thing right over here. Now, I don't actually recall whether I have to use a nullifier to eliminate that or whether I kill it with turrets. I might kill it with turrets. I don't know exactly. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Yeah, the enemy terps are extremely fast. It is kind of an annoyance. Let's go ahead and bump up on all of our combat upgrades, that kind of thing. I might even have enough here. Yes, a build speed upgrade. I can, in fact, get one of those things. So let's go ahead and drop our terps up to the front line. Both of you, all of you. Yes, just need to terp as quickly as possible. And also move up our mortars as much as possible, which is going to disconnect them from the main grid. So obviously we must build another relay. Get our turrets up in range, so that those are doing as much work as they possibly can. Because once you get out to the deeper creeper, you need a lot of turrets to chew through this stuff. It's one of the things that mortars are exceptionally good at. Holy hell, I forgot the beamers. Yeah, that's a big problem. That's a very large problem. At least it was aiming a little bit further towards the back, thank goodness. Let's go ahead and move you guys up. And that is going to be a lot of terraforming going on. Much, much, much closer. I'm gonna go right up to the top. Okay. Next item of business. Herpages, close as we can get to the front line. Why am I not able? Hold on. There is a single little speck of dirt that has not been terraformed, which is forcing me to move things over to an oddly placed section. I don't like. I do not like. These guys are able to target a pretty decent ways in, so I'm just going to go ahead and move my mortars up. Also, going to move a turret there. We're going to drop in a relay up in these parts in order to refuel all of our necessary things. And hope for the best, I suppose. Just need to make sure all of these mortars are in check. Okay, time for the suicide bombing that we have all been waiting for. Here come the mortars. Boom! That is going to stall me so hard. Minus 30! We got this! We totally got this! Make everything level 10? Nah, we don't need to do that. Level 7 is higher than the surroundings. It's all good. I'm just gonna suicide all of these mortars directly in. Right over here. It is going to be amazing. Maybe ore efficiency? We're still minus 2 to minus 3. Packet speed might also be a thing that could happen, but I'm gonna move command center. That's what I was going for. We're gonna move a command center over there. And of course we have to make up for it with this, and then also finish our reactors. Because we are not power stalled enough already. We need to power stall even more. you're gonna do this. Okay, okay. So we're going to have a little bit of trouble fueling our front lines, but once we get all of this in, I think that we'll be fine. It's really just having to refuel all of this stuff at once after we had that ginormo gargantuan stall. Okay, so we need a couple more turrets, we need a couple more mortars, we need a relay up on the front, and now we need to go admire our handiwork, which is going to be approximately all the mortars firing at once, eliminating all the command nodes, eliminating all of this stuff, and eliminating a command node on accident, I think. Hold on. No. What is this? What is this? This is a sweeping attack. What the hell? What on earth just happened with that? I have not seen that before. I mean, look at the difference we made. We knocked like 30 levels of creeper off and killed all of this stuff. That was not a kill. That was not a freaking kill. Oh. I think it's the snipers. I think it's actually the snipers that have to do it. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. Let's go 3 high, 3 high. Not 3 high, 3 large, 10 high. We're gonna get 6 snipers in that are able to hit all of this stuff. I'm going to move turrets up to the front to help with the denial of this space. Mortars will fire over the 10 terrain height stuff in the back. That was my relay gone. Yay! So much fun. Okay. Relay you need to build in a hurry. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and move you guys in. Which is going to be a bit of a difficulty, seeing as there is lots and lots of turrets over here. Dear Lord. Lots and lots of turrets. Put these to Digitalis, maybe? Because I think that will, yes, that will eliminate the turrets. Hallelujah. Okay, so we can move these guys up, which is going to leave me slightly exposed, but that's fine. We're going to make it. Turn you back to Creeper. Come on, clear your landing pad. Thank you. That's going to give us room for 5 snipers. It is going to hurt us quite a lot on our weaponry available, but I think we will be okay. I'm gonna move you there, get another relay built. And then we can lay in the snipers. And I have no worries whatsoever about my power right now. And I cannot tell you how good that feels. Kill it with snipers? Yeah. Wait a minute. Why am I not getting fed any resources from the back? What the actual crap? Is that how slow my packet speed is? Alright, packet and build speed going up. Oh, good lord, I do not need to lose this front end. Yeah, so this is an issue. So about them cannons. Really need some cannons in here. Let's target Digitalis and move you up, which is going to help clear off those. Hopefully, possibly, maybe, thank you. I'm gonna move my anti-creep dispenser a little bit closer to the front. We are successfully hitting. Oh dear lord, what is that? I don't know what that is, and that concerns me a lot. Let's go ahead and move these guys up. Do believe that we are going to want to place these as close to in a line as possible in order to clear the entire edge. Okay, and every other one we're going to set to Digitalis. I think that'll do it. I think that will do it. And I'm also going to put this guy up top, who is potentially also... Nope, never mind. You're going to move to the back, and you are going to be set to Digitalis only. Secure the anti-creep mine next to your mortars by chirping it to 10. I could do that, actually, yes. That might be a useful thing. Okay, there's our turrets in. Good, good, good. Let's drop in a relay. And we lost our relay in the back. Wrap. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Disperse your lovely goodness. Thank you. Okay, that is going to get us in range. Now we can build our freaking snipers. That one in range? That one is just barely in range. Okay, so the snipers will come online. I might be able to get another row of snipers up even. And then we can start hammering away at that son of a gun. So in line with that, I am going to bump up on the fire rate, I think. Because the fire rate is going to be what depletes these even more quickly as our snipers begin to shred that command center. What are we at? We are at 105 out of 200. We may not even get there, who knows? But I can go ahead and build another row of mortars. We'll go up to the front and utterly decimate everything that is up there. Digitalis only, and check. Okay, so we'll see if that starts sweeping again. That might have just been like a built-in defense mechanism that sweeps turrets away from the home territory of that thing if they get too close. I don't know. It was an odd one to see, kind of like a black hole thing. 720p. Am I on 720p? I did not realize I was on 720p. Video. Ah, I shall switch it back to 1080 after this game is done. Okie dokie. That was a 10 terrain height modification, and I absolutely did not intend to do that. That is supposed to be a 7. Thank you very much. Can I get more turrets in range? I think I can. Let's move you two up. We're going to drop in another relay right here. Then we're going to terraform terrain height 10 along that. Oh yeah. That ought to work out pretty well. Yes! And then we'll get more snipers built. Shall only be 2 in number, but though they be few, they be strong. What are you doing? Are you attempting... Ah, you're attempting builds. Okay. I gotcha. I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to 4, and we are going to wait it out as our snipers continue to just hammer away at that. I totally did the wrong thing. I meant to do fire rate, and I did fire range instead. That was rather stupid of me. So many beamers! Come on. Yes! We got it! Boom, son! That is going to eliminate everything. Claim that victory. 22 minutes and 30 seconds, which is going to put us in 4th place with the bump. That is fantastic. I can be completely happy with that. So yeah, that's a sleeper map. Sometimes those are really fun to play. They can be exceedingly difficult if you're not careful and you're not bumping up through the range upgrades as a priority, because if those son of guns outrange you, oh, it is so bad to deal with. And then the longer you let the game go, once you get far enough, it will actually start building Berthas versus you and all kinds of nasty stuff. The script doesn't allow it for maybe past 30 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. But if you get to that stage of the game, you can easily get yourself screwed over. But we didn't let it get that far. So there you go. that is going to wrap everything up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like and share it with someone. If you want to support the channel, catch the streams, or join the Discord, check out the links in the description. Thank you all for being at least partially insane, and I will see you in the next one.